Hello and welcome to Easy Peasy Tutorials for CIS 1323. I am your tutor and I will be helping you with some lessons of Microsoft Access 2019. Now in this lesson, we will see the use of AND in a query. It simply means that our query will have more than one criteria, and all of the criteria should be satisfied by the record to be included in the results. For a simple example, I will eat my ice cream only if I have chocolate and nuts both in it. Alright, so let's see how to add multiple criteria in a query using AND. And I will be using the Let Me Try Live file from here. You can download by clicking it. And this is the file. And we will be working on appointments by date query. So let's go ahead and open it in Design View. Now say that we want to see the appointments for the date April 1st, 2020 and later. And the location is Salon. So in the appointment date, in the criteria row, I will say greater than equal to 4/1/2020, which is a date criteria, and in my locations in the same criteria row, but under locations, I will say a text criteria to Salon. Okay, so these are more than one, so I'm using two conditions. One is a date condition and another is a text condition. I'm using two conditions at the same time. So what I want Access to find is records that have date either April 1st, 2020 or later, and at the same time the location is Salon, right? So let's run the query and see the results. Alright, so you can see that the location here is all Salon. And the date is April 1st, 2020 and later. So this is how we add more than one criteria where all the criteria have to be satisfied in a query. Now I know you must be wondering where we actually use the AND word, but let's go see in the Design View. But these are two conditions and you are writing using the AND in your query because both the conditions, so 1 and 2, should be satisfied. So this, regardless you see the AND word or not, if you write the criteria or the conditions in your criteria row, it is still going to be using AND. Now, what we saw was multiple conditions for different columns, right? One was for appointment date, another was for location. What if I wanted to see two conditions for the same column? So let's see the example for that. So let's say I want to see the appointment schedule from April 1st, 2020 through April 7, 2020. So let's try and modify our criteria here. We don't need the Salon, the location criteria anymore, so I'm getting rid of it, just delete it. And in the apt date, right, we already have one criteria which says my date should be either 4/1/2020 or more, and it should be less than or equal to 4/7/2020, which means that now I will be only checking two conditions from the same column, right? So my appointment date should be in between 1st to 7th of April 2020. So let's run this and see the results. So here you see that the date ranges from 1st April 2020 to 7th April 2020. And the easy way to see this is from this down arrow over here, which lets you see all the options that you have available as the date. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 April 2020. And that's how you do multiple and for the same column. So let's look at one more example where we want to find all the records which have the price between $35 to $90, right? So let's go back to the design view, and we do not want the date criteria now, so I'm going to delete those. And say I want the price to be greater than 35 but not more than 90. So I would just type in greater than 35 and not more than 90. So less than or equal to 90. And let's see how our results turn out. Alright, so we have a lot of results. And the price goes from 40, 45, 50, 75, and 90. Perfect. So it's more than 35 and less than or equal to 90. So it's not more than 90. It does not go over 90. You can try to put more and conditions. You can have text, numeric, date, any type of and conditions together. Go ahead, feel free to experiment with it. You can have more than one and condition. You can also add another and condition after this. If you want to, go ahead and try it yourself. Keep practicing, do not give up. I know you can do it. It is not that difficult. Bye for now, and I will see you in another tutorial.